Hello ladies and gents, my name is FrostyMate and welcome back to the 28th episode now of our Adventure Quest Worlds Fresh Start series, and I'm excited to say that this one's going to be a lore episode. I'm going to be doing Arcangrove, which is probably one of my favourites. I remember the Legend main boss battle so much, where you had to go on those little pads and he drops these really nice, it's like a wand in a book, in one in each hand, and I definitely, when I come to the boss fight that is, I'm definitely going to farm and go for those. But I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm coming down with yet another cold or some sort of flu at the moment. I actually had a day off work on Monday because of how ill I was. I know that's like the first day I've ever taken off this year for, sick leave. So it was quite bad. I was really bunged up and stuff. And yeah, it's just in my throat at the moment. So I probably won't be talking a lot too much in this episode, but it was quite good actually because I had Monday off. That means I was at home all day resting up, so I was on my laptop and I managed to grind so much for the Void High Lord. So you'll see that later on in a Void High Lord progress. But my throat's really sore at the moment. It's quite difficult to talk. But yeah, Arcangrove. Look how many people are in this lobby, this sort of area, cloister, is it? Yeah, Cloister. Why is there 5 people in this outdated map? Like, I don't understand why it was so popular. Maybe, people are just sort of starting out fresh again, like myself. Maybe they're doing a let's play of their own. Maybe they're just, starting from the beginning. But I just found it so odd that, normally when I'm in these older maps, nobody's even in there. But it was just odd to maybe like it's even a full map. Maybe you can only have 5 players in the map, who knows. But it's just weird to see like a whole section or a whole lobby or server like this area full up of people. And it was quite cool to see, because later on in the episode you might see it in the next episode, because this one is a part 1 of the Arcangrove story, because there's just so much that I have to do. I sort of said when I was doing the Yoke one, or Yokia, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I said in that one, the storyline after the Yoke War and stuff like that, that's when like the storyline seems to get a lot longer, and there's more areas to go to and more quests to complete. And Arcangrove is definitely one of those storylines where it takes so long to do all the quests, and that's why I might be doing it in 2 or maybe even 3 parts. But I haven't even got to the end yet as I'm talking to you now, because obviously yesterday I was doing the Void High Lord progress, and I think this was a recording from Sunday, so yeah, just a bit of a little heads up there that I won't be actually defeating Legend Main in this episode. But here we go, just the first drop here, Hooded Druid Cloak, and I remember this back in the day, and I was never a fan of it. It doesn't look that great. You can't really see like the hooded bit anyway, so yeah, I do delete that in the end. I also do get quite a lot of loot actually that you'll be able to see in this episode. I do slow it down where I do get the loot. But at the moment I just have to kill these acorn people, and then I'm obviously going in to kill those crows. And yeah, I was going to say something, but then I just completely rambled on about something else. You'll see maybe in this episode or next episode, there's these 2 people that were both members, and they were both level 25, and they were obviously going through the story by themselves, like doing almost like a little let's play with, and it looked really cool. They were both female characters. That obviously doesn't mean that they are females in real life, but it was just cool to see those 2 running around and playing the story again with one another, and being a member and getting all the items and stuff like that maybe they couldn't have gotten back in the day. I just thought it was really cool, and I wanted to share it with you guys, because you don't see that every day. You don't see like 2 like level 25s going around doing the lore together, especially when they're members. A lot of people around this level, I would say, are non-members, because I never got membership straight away. I think I was playing this game for at least 6 or 7 months before I was allowed a membership, because obviously I was quite young back then. I couldn't just pay for it. I had to ask my parents' permission to buy membership and things like that. But I thought it was pretty cool. I hadn't seen it before, so I just thought I'd share that with you. But yeah, there's just a little story there. So I found that with these enemies, you can see that they've got like 4,000 health, and they're only like level 25, and I thought that was a bit overpowered. I'm not sure how like other people felt when farming this. I mean, the reputation is good. I'm getting 2k Arcangrove rep per quest, which is mad. But I thought 4k health for a level 25 was a bit extreme, and I noticed that in the Arcangrove saga so far anyway, that the monsters seem to have a lot of health, and especially back in the day when there wasn't many like great classes around, maybe like mage, warrior, necromancer, when those were sort of in their prime, and I'd say when Dragon Lord was probably the best class in the game. It's quite difficult. Obviously, with Arcangrove, Shaman came out, that was the first time Shaman came out, but if you're doing this storyline, you wouldn't have Shaman at that point in time, because you're doing the quest and therefore you've only maybe got rank 3, 4 or 5, unless obviously you did rank 10 at the actual join Arcangrove location. So I think Shaman was the start. I have to be careful about this because I don't know if this is correct. I want to say that Shaman was probably the start of the OP classes. I think Necromancer was good also back then, that was a really good soloing class. But I think Shaman was the first farmable OP class. I'm not sure though. Actually no, because Shaman they've recently buffed Shaman, haven't they? The Enchanted Shaman as well, or whatever it's called. They recently buffed those two. Because I remember Shaman back in the day, and I could never understand how to stack it up and do really big damage and stuff like that. I was called Evolved Shaman, yeah, that's it. I could never remember or learn how to stack it up, so who knows? I'm not sure really when the first OP sort of class was then. I'm not sure. Maybe that Alpha Omega class, I remember that being quite powerful in player versus player. But I'm just looking at the shop at the moment to see what I could get already, because I think I was ranked 4 or 5 at the time because of the daily quests I've been doing for the Elder's Blood and Sparrow's Blood for the daily quests. The Assisting Kragan Mabuzel, sorry, and the Void High. Man, it's difficult to talk. And the Void High Lord challenge. Right, so back into the game. Going into Mudluck, I think his name was, or that's what the area map was called. Paddy Lump, that's it. I got a bit confused because it said that I hadn't unlocked the quests, but then I was to go back into it, and then there it was. And once again, you get 2,000 reputation per quest here, and I think that's really good, especially because there's so many maps that you have to do and so many quests you have to do. You'll find that you're most probably rank 6 possibly at the end of doing all these quests. And I remember this map so well because of those gems you had to do to unlock the little puzzle for the gate. And I could never do it back in the day, so I always had to ask my friends at the time if they could do it for me, because I just never understood it. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I actually had to Google how to do it because I still hadn't worked it out. And I don't think, well, obviously somebody's had to work it out in order to put it on the wiki page or on the YouTube or Google or something like that, but I could never work it out for the life of me. There's just too many of those gems around the map. It is a big old map, and therefore, I had to Google it just to see how to actually do it. So I do pause the video soon, and then I do carry on and kill the boss. I also found that the quests here were quite slow. I think some of them were RNG based, and the fact that the place was so big, it felt like I didn't have to or want to run around the whole map. And just quickly here, there's another item I unlock here, the Dark Tribe Skull Staff, and it's quite nice. I remember that one quite well, and I also get the axe that you'll see later on, which is the members version. But going back to what I was saying, these maps are so big that I don't feel like running around, because I know by the time I get to the end of the map, the other monsters would have spawned. So I just sort of went into 1 or 2 rooms, and if there was only 1 monster instead of 2 that I needed, I was just like, oh, never mind, by the time I've killed it, I'll just go back and take out these ones instead. So coming up now to the last few quests, I was just having to read to see what I had to do, because some of them, and some of the quests before, and like this one actually, I have to travel to the different maps and take out the Gorillafants and all the other sort of monsters, and I'm not a huge fan of these ones, because there was one especially, it's in the next episode, you'll see, well, not the next episode, the next part of the Arcangrove storyline, you'll see that actually I have to go to Arcangrove, then I have to go to this map that I'm in at the moment, then I have to go to Gilead and stuff like that. It was just really annoying to have to travel to get all these different items. And they're the quests that I don't particularly like, but I guess at the end of the day you've got to do many of them anyway, so Who knows? But there's the little skip there that I'd done. I had to go quickly Google how to open up the gate, and obviously you don't want to see me running around taking it all out and stuff like that. But this cutscene here, it's actually quite interesting because Legend Main sort of says that he's a form of magic or power, so Drakath's magic doesn't actually work against him, and then he disappears. And I sort of forgot about that in the storyline, because he just suddenly disappears, and I'm wondering why you still have to kill him in the end. Maybe he just tries to kill everybody, who knows. But I guess we'll find out either way later on in the next Arcangrove part series. But that's going to be it for this one. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please comment, subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.